Hello everyone, in today's video we are diving into the wild and untamed power of the Red Bear's Claw, a weapon that embodies the ferocity of a beast with every slash. I think I was fortunate not to talk about this build until now, because in patch 1.13, From Software buffed both the Red Bear's Claw and the Roar of Rugalea incantation, making them stronger than ever before. We are going to explore these changes and determine if the Red Bear's Claw is a viable and strong weapon now in Elden Ring, so bear with me as we unleash its full potential. Red Bear's Claw is primarily a strength weapon with some dexterity scaling and innate bleed build-up. Keep in mind that you cannot increase the bleed build-up by investing in the arcane attribute, since the weapon does not have any arcane scaling to begin with. Also, because this is a unique weapon, you cannot infuse it with either blood or occult affinities to boost that bleed build-up. Similar to claw and fist weapons, if you two-hand the Red Bear's Claw, you will create a duplicate of the weapon in your offhand, which is great because this will give you a free access to the Beast's Claw dual wield movesets without having to go out there to find another Beast's Claw. The Red Bear's Claw light and heavy attacks are a series of fast successive hits that deal decent damage. However, I was making frequent use of the run light attack to leap forward and close gap to my targets to use Red Bear Hunt. Red Bear's Claw weapon skill Red Bear Hunt is a 3-slash combo, and each slash is followed by a vacuum that applies 2 extra attacks. Except for the final slash where you attack with both claws, this is in fact 4 hits, which means you will strike your target a total of 10 times if you land the entire Red Bear's Hunt as a 4. Landing 10 successive attacks in such short time can greatly boost your attack power if you are using items like Medicine's Prosthesis, Rotten Wing Sword Insignia and Thorny Cracked Tear. Not to forget that Red Bear's Claw comes with innate bleed build-up. You can deal up to 180 points of bleed damage if you land the entire combo. In patch 1.13, From Software increased Red Bear's Hunt's attack power. I was fortunate enough to keep my game from updating and I tested that. True enough, Red Bear's Hunt now deals approximately 14% extra damage compared to the previous patch. However, I believe the more rewarding part of the update was the fact that they increased the poise value when using Red Bear Hunt. Prior to patch 1.13, it surprisingly didn't give any hyper armor at all during the Ashe 4 usage. But now it provides 400 poise, which is extremely strong. Like if I'm making a list of different weapon skills based on how much poise they grant the player, I will likely place the Red Bear Hunt in the A tier. Being extremely fast weapon skill and having strong poise like that will enable you to hyper armor through enemies' attacks while shredding them into pieces. You can obtain Red Bear's Claw after defeating a mini boss inside the northern Nameless Mausoleum. To get to that location, head to the small pond north of Moor's Ruins in Scado Altos. Enter the cave behind the broken statue of Marika to reach this region. Keep to your left until you reach a dormant spirit spring over here. To activate it, you must destroy the rock formation up the hill. After that, use the spirit spring to reach the northern Nameless Mausoleum. Another important aspect of this build is the Roar of Rugalea. This used to deal very poor damage before patch 1.13, but now it's a lot more viable since they increased both its attack power and the poise damage it deals. It now deals more than 170% more damage, as well as 25 points of poise damage instead of only 9. Roar of Rugalea is an excellent tool against normal sized enemies because it will periodically stun lock and eventually knock them down. You can also use it as an AoE option to damage nearby enemies while stun locking them. This is the reason why we are using the Belt of Ralva headpiece. Besides being thematic to the build, it also increases Roar of Rugalea damage by 15%. One thing to mention is that when I tested the Roar of Rugalea with the Roar Medallion and the Highland Axe, only the Roar Medallion boosts the damage of the Roar of Rugalea. I'm sure this is a bug because both items share the same function of boosting roar attacks. You can obtain the Roar of Rugalea after defeating Rugalea, the Great Red Bear. He's located in the same region where we used the Spirit Spring to reach the northern Nameless Mausoleum, but instead of using the Spirit Spring, just head west until you reach the Templetown Ruins Site of Grace. Then follow the water stream northwest until you reach another Site of Grace over here. Keep heading northwest and you will easily reach the Great Red Bear over here on the map. For ranged purposes, I was using the Stone of Gurranq. The build is certainly lacking without any ranged attack to deal with distant enemies. The Stone of Gurranq has good damage and you can chain cast multiple rocks in quick succession. It also deals decent poise damage, so you could potentially use it to break your enemy's poise. To cast our incantations, we are going to use Clawmark Seal. This is probably the best option for our build since we have a large strength investment, and the Clawmark Seal scales very well with both strength and face. It also increases bestial incantations damage like Stone of Gurranq by 10%. Because Ripper's Claw is a strength weapon, we don't have a lot of options to invest in other attributes, so we are going to invest in face until 25 to use Golden Bow incantation to boost our damage done and damage negation. We can also use Flame Granting Strength to increase our physical damage, but I will highly recommend the Bloodboil Aromatic instead, because it gives a lot more attack power and also increases our maximum stamina, which is very important for this build. This is also why you should try to craft a few pickled turtleneck or even well pickled turtleneck consumables to greatly boost your stamina regeneration and improve your gameplay. For the talismans, we are using Shard of Alexander to boost Ripper's Hunt damage by 15%. Millicent's Prosthesis and Rotten Wing Sword Insignia will increase your damage relative to the number of successive attacks you land. You will easily reach the highest tier these talismans have to offer every time you use Ripper Hunt as a 4. Finally, Lord of Blood's Exaltation increases our attack bar by 20% for 20 seconds every time we trigger blood loss. Also, since Ripper Hunt has very high stamina consumption, you can opt to use the two-headed turtle talisman to greatly boost your stamina regeneration. For the Flask of Wondrous Physick, use Thorny Crack Tier. This behaves exactly like Millicent's Prosthesis by increasing your attack bar with every successive attack you land. Alongside, you can either use the Green Burst Crystal Tier to greatly increase your stamina recovery speed, or if you're looking to boost your damage even more, use the Blood-Sucking Crack Tier to increase all your damage by 20% for 3 minutes. However, this will also drain 1% of your maximum HP at 60 Vigor. You can offset some of that negative effect by using the Bestial Vitality Incantation. It regenerates 5 HP per second for 2 minutes, and we already have enough face investment to use it. For the armor, we are using the Belt of Ralva Head Beast to increase Roar of Rugalea damage by 15%. It also looks great and it is very thematic to our build. For the rest of the armor, we are using the Rakshasa set. Each piece increases your damage done by 2%, but also reduces your damage negation by an equal amount. The Rakshasa set has less damage negation compared to similar choices in that weight category, but also has good boys. It also looks great with the Ripper's Claw and the Belt of Ralva headpiece. For this build, I was using the Hero starter class, but the Prophet starter class is equally good. As for the stats, I have 60 Vigor. This is more than enough for any PvE content, but if you want to acquire more HP, you can always use Morgoth's Great Rune to increase your maximum HP by 25%. 18 Mind should be more than enough since both Ripper Hunt and Roar of Rugalea are FP efficient. 30 Endurance is quite mandatory since Ripper Hunt has relatively high stamina consumption. You can also increase your maximum endurance as well as vigor and mind by using Radan's Great Rune. Ripper's Claw is primarily a strength weapon with poor dexterity scaling, so the more strength you bump into your build, the more damage you will deal until you reach the hard cap at 99. After that, you can invest the remaining points you have in dexterity to squeeze slightly more damage. Finally, 25 face to meet the requirements for our incantations as well as have access to Golden Bow to further improve our damage done and damage negation. In the end, I'm glad From Software buffed both the Ripper's Claw and Roar of Rugalea, and I hope they continue the track to bring more weapons and spells back from the dead. There were a lot more changes included in patch 1.13, and I will do my best to explore them extensively in the upcoming videos. I believe this is the end of this guide. Thank you so much for watching. If you find the information in this video helpful, please leave a like, drop a comment, and consider subscribing for more future content. And if you have any questions regarding this guide or Elden Ring in general, please don't hesitate to ask. Once again, thanks for watching and have a great day.